Trump's Intel push won't kill Taiwan Semiconductor. I don't think anyone is worried about Taiwan Semiconductor. I mean, I know I'm not. The world's indispensable backbone still remains a buy. So we just talked a little bit about Micron. Let's take a look at TSMC here. Well, 8 minutes until we get the data there and before we go to our first guest here. So we'll get that done here pretty soon. President Trump's aggressive push to make Intel, ticker INTC, the champion of America's chip making has sent the company's stock soaring. But the resulting security first era isn't a warning sign for Taiwan Semiconductor, ticker TSM. Despite production deals with Apple, ticker AAPL, and a $43 billion government stake in Intel, analysts argue this is a shift towards a dual sourcing supply chain, meaning TSM retains its crown as the indispensable backbone of global AI and remains a crucial buy for investors. Technology strategist Luke Lango, publisher of Innovation Investor, has skin in the game on both sides of the geopolitical divide. In his portfolio, Lango currently holds a massive 357.2% gain on TSM, having originally bought the stock for $96 on November 13th, 2023. Does that sound familiar, Steve? Simultaneously, he has secured a 162.04% profit in his Intel position, which he purchased at $50.24 on February 9th of this year, with the stock closing at $131.65 on Wednesday. Because he profits from both, Lango offers a pragmatic view of Intel's highly publicized 18AP risk production node. He notes that while Intel's technological progress is real, Apple targeted 15 to 20 million units of Intel's architecture, and it's merely a fraction of what TSM handles globally. Quote, "This is not a secular decline for TSM. It's the beginning of a healthy dual sourcing dynamic driven by geopolitical necessity." Goes on to say, "I'm bullish on both. Intel is the high beta national champion trade. TSM remains the indispensable backbone of the entire AI supply chain. You don't sell your picks and shovels because someone just opened a second mine." Dean Chen, an analyst at Betunix Exchange, echoes Lango's assessment. He views Intel's re-rating as a broader structural shift in the semiconductor industry, moving from an efficiency-first model towards a security-first model. However, he stresses that this does not equate to a rapid migration from Taiwan. Quote, "The more realistic scenario is not a transition from 100% TSM to 100% Intel, but rather from a single source model to a dual source model," end quote. He goes on to say, large technology companies are seeking greater resilience against geopolitical risk, making selective capacity allocation to US-based manufacturing strategically attractive. That is fundamentally different from replacing TSM as the industry's primary advanced foundry partner. TSM's competitive advantages extend far beyond the leading edge process. According to Chen, its manufacturing scale, production yields, and deeply integrated advanced packaging capabilities remain extremely difficult for Intel to replicate overnight. While TSM's dominance is secure, Intel's domestic status has fundamentally changed. The U.S. government's 9.9% passive stake, now sitting on roughly $43 billion in unrealized gains, represents a massive paradigm shift in the American industrial policy. Lango describes this move as acquisition Americana, the U.S. government buying equity in the assets it needs to win the AI race. Quote, "You don't let a national infrastructure asset go bankrupt, full stop," end quote. Chen agrees that government ownership reduces long-term visibility concerns and creates a, quote, "confidence floor," end quote, under Intel stock. However, both analysts warn that Intel's massive year-to-date rally brings immediate valuation risks. Quote, "The risk isn't that the story is fake. It's that the market is now pricing perfection on a turnaround that is still losing money at the foundry level," end quote. Lango cautioned that, adding that investors should prepare for a bumpier ride ahead. Ultimately, Trump's semiconductor push has successfully drafted Intel as the U.S.'s national champion. But as the dust settles, the undeniable reality is that the global AI boom is too massive for just one foundry, leaving TSM firmly entrenched as the industry's indispensable backbone. And again, from the Micron earnings, seeing that the AI trade is absolutely locked on, and we are going to continue this here, I don't think TSM's going anywhere. And the unbelievable demand that we're seeing for chips and the components of chips, that does not seem to be slowing down even a little bit. And as a result, I think there's going to be lots and lots of really good stuff for TSM ahead.